What's good, YouTube? Um, James Kester here. I go by Natural TCG. I got a pure Odion uh, NAWCQ deck profile here. Unfortunately, I misplayed. That cost me probably going to day two. It was pretty bad misplay, but we learned from them, right? Um, I just got a few shout outs real quick. I just want to go off the whole dueling dojo. Cool group of people. There's, some of them were that Nats. Um, uh, you know, cheering me on and stuff like that. I also want to give out my local card shop, Nerd HQ. Great group of people. Get a lot of testing in there. I also want a big shout out to my buddy Ryan. Um, hey, what's up? Um, but my buddy Ryan, he literally we went through this deck for the last 3 months nonstop. So that's why it hurts to not be able to do it. I definitely feel like the deck could have done it. But Ryan, great shout out to him. Tony, Adam, Nate, Jackson, Steven, Dustin, Bruno, man was cheering me on even after the first round lost. But yeah, I'm probably missing some people that stood behind me. My brother Eric. Um, but big shout out to my brother Danny for letting me stay there and not having to pay for a hotel. That was pretty cool. My sister-in-law Andy. Um, but yeah, for sure. Let's get into this deck profile. Um, some of it's standard, some of it's not. I'll go over some of the deck choice. What was really cool too is people were asking on Facebook while I was at Nats. I was scrolling through Facebook in between rounds. People were asking about this deck profile, this deck. They heard it was going around, which is pretty cool. It really was cool. I put a lot of work into it. But yeah, and shout out to a couple of people at Nats that kept it low key. They knew I was on through the whole tournament. People were asking. Uh, they would like to see it. My opponents are pretty cool. But yeah, so I'll go over the matchups real quick. Round one, Mitsu Rizal. I lost it. Brick super hard. Funny story about that. I'll go in. It was double. My deck was double sleeved. Get round one. I ripped the double sleeves off because I bricked super hard, and it went crazy. Next was Dragon Ruler Tenpai. Beat it 2-1. Mitsurazo won that round. Round four, Mitsu Fiendsmith. I lost a majority of my die rolls too. Mitsu Fiendsmith, round four, I won. Vanquish Soul, I won. Mitsu Rizio, round six. This is where I misplayed and it hurt. Round seven was Vanquish Soul Bisteel. I 2-0'd. Rizio Mitsu, shout out to Clifton Landon. Shout out to him. We had a crazy game, but game three he just slapped me. It was bad. He had everything. His hand was crazy. But I lost to him 2-1. Rise of Mitsu round 9. Unfortunately, I bubbled out of day 1. Didn't make it day 2, unfortunately. But it was a cool experience. Long, very long. But again, let's get in this deck profile. We'll start with the main deck. And then we'll go to extra deck and side deck, guys. Feel free to ask questions in the chat too. So for starters, man of the mark. I went a very low to the ground approach with this deck. I felt like with this and the field spell, this and the original temples, Mitsu Rizio. I built the deck to beat the Mitsu Rizio match. And any kind of Mitsu because people kept splashing it. This with the field spell, they really can't do anything once you establish the field spell in man. But absolutely was crazy all day. Gotta run 3 of it. Well, we did 3 Anubis. We wanted multiple ways to get in man. Also, this card's not once per turn. There's a lot of times I summoned this twice to link climb and stuff. And I'll show you the reason why this guy is even good. We abused him super hard throughout the tournament. There was times people were DD crowing this just to get it out. And then I'd go field spell, get another one. Like, it was just crazy. One circuit, self-explanatory. This card, I feel like, another thing is, first turn, don't ever summon this, guys. But yeah, with this card, it's a board breaker. So I went approach that the amount of games I played that I searched this and left it in my hand for a spell card I'll show you when I get to it, or to summon it on my second turn just to have a get over a Habakiri or a big monster. Was crazy. So I utilized man and field spell more than I did first turn rabbit, believe it or not. So and then I put the one Lord Heavenly Prison. This card gets me the counter trap if I hard open this. But yeah. Also, another thing I did too, multiple times through that tournament, is I'd even flip up a trap and then summon this for more. So I wasn't playing the nib, turn 2, so I could hit for 3,000. So that was pretty cool. That was it for the monsters. I played then spells. I played the field spell package. A lot of times I sided this out, unless it was a Mitsu matchup where I needed this field spell. I never sided this out, but it gets Malice going second. I always sided this out. And then I'll leave this out if you guys want. I play the original Temple of the Kings. And the MVP for the weekend, guys, this was crazy all weekend. Don't take this out. This card is crazy. Even against Malice, it's good. It's pretty good. And then I play the one-ups. Power spell. Not really power spells, but the one-ups. Called by crazy all weekend. And prosperity crazy. And then traps, I play 2, 2, and 1. So I was back and forth. I was 2, 3 Swamp DD. I've tried 3 and 3. I've tried 1 and 2. I felt like this ratio in the pier was way better. I didn't play the normal with no effect. I felt like I wanted to see more non-engine versus these decks over the trap. I felt like this was crazy enough. But yeah, it was pretty good. What makes them personally, it's just not breaking at all. If you see this, if you see surfing, it's automatic a negate for you. Period. Yeah, the ratios were pretty good all weekend. Didn't really break the one game, and that's about it. I'll play the one English pattern. It's our detonator. Shout out to my buddy Ryan. He put me on this card. I wasn't on this card actually. This card was crazy all weekend. When I drew it, if you hit Rizio in the right, so with this deck, it was meant to beat the Mitsu stuff, and this card beats this stops all you need to do is stop the detonator from coming out. Once you stop the detonator coming out, the game's winnable for you, guaranteed. The Mitsu stuff, you don't care if you don't care if um uh not how to carry, but the other one. Um, you don't care if that one keeps coming out and popping the board. Honestly, so this is it. Yeah, like it hits Liger Dancer. It hits Malice. Would believe it or not, you can go like a Malice board sometimes in a simple game state. But yeah, this card was crazy. I did try 3 of it. I feel like you don't need 3 of it, to be honest. This card overperformed all day. All weekend, this literally performed literally all weekend. There was times I literally opened up this combo. I will never forget what he said. He was like, "That's crazy. Let me read Temple of Kings." So I literally set this. He thought I had 5 cards still in hand. I played Temple of Kings. I said, "Anything here?" He said, "No." I go field spell, set, field spell activate. He tries to pop it. I then strike his monster. This was crazy. He literally paused for a second and looked. He literally looked at me and was like, "What?" So that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It was crazy all weekend, honestly. Alright, so all weekend I had people saying this deck cannot go second. I'm gonna show you why this deck can go second. Here's where the spice happens. Okay? We are running 3 draw, 3 imperm, 3 dominus purge, and MVP of the weekend. Songs of the Dominator. Guys, this card, I can't count how many times people read this multiple times. They literally thought it just searches out a Dominus card. That's it. So multiple times I'd even say purge for prayers on my turn. So when the Mitsu passes turn, I literally just purge it when he activate prayers. So there's a lot of times also when he like against Vanquish Soul, I had no monsters in the grave, and I hit him with Songs of Dominators on the rock. It was crazy. They kept fanning out my graveyard. Like what? Yeah, this deck. And with you playing, what's crazy is you play low to the ground and not comboing off. Right? So literally the only card that can be in your graveyard at this time, if you play right, is Droll. Okay? So if you don't draw, but you draw Imperm, Purge, and Songs, if you open this, you're getting the turn back. So, like, this is almost always live. Always. Also, guys, but they also thought they didn't know you if you set this, they thought you were still restricted. It isn't. Also, Songs of the Dominators, if you read it, it's until the end of the next turn. You can't activate from the graveyard or hand. Monster effects. Anubis, you realize I said we abused this. Anubis, my fault, camera shook, but Anubis is an inherent summon. So, like, you can just keep summoning out. And if you go Songs, search out, and then Song searches out Purge too. So, like, you can go Purge. You already have two traps in the grave to start abusing Anubis upon follow up. So that crazy. It was crazy. So with that being said, it's a 41 card main deck. for the extra deck, we played Pier, guys. And then I played 3 Serpent. This card was MVP all weekend. Not once per turn. It's a soft once per turn. So, and for the Super Volley targets, 1 Mud Dragon, 1 Grua, 1 Starving Venom, 1 Almaduke. Alright, guys. This was not in my list when I was testing. We made this decision Thursday night. Literally Thursday night. And the reason for this is most Malice players started going to the 4 link package, right? Field. So they were ending on their inboard would Firewall, or it'd be Ally, Firewall, Red Ransom, and then White Binder. So what you do is you get rid of everything but the White Binder and summon Almaduke. If you ever face the Malice deck that played Bomber, Topological Bomber, Starving Venom hurts that day. That inboard. Also, Starving Venom also hits Mitsu Rizel. Hits all Mitsu boards. And once you clear the hobby carry, the Marikuma, you don't care about Futsu. You don't care about that because you don't special. You're literally just summoning man. And then playing on your second turn. But yeah, so this just clears them. If you clear both monsters with Super Poly, Mitsu has a really, really hard time coming back. Because then you're gonna negate the prayers with Purge. You're gonna have Strike. You're gonna have your Swamp Deity to negate prayers, Ritual. It's just a downhill spiral from there. And Mitsu can come back. Marikuma can keep coming back. They can't blow any of your Pulfist cards. So there's times I leave man on the board, and if you have 2 traps left, and when he passes turn, because they can't destroy it, leave man on the board and just make this. Use Anubis, sum out Anubis. Use Divine Serpent set, and start popping off. It was pretty good all weekend. Like, no regrets. I'd run it back. And then I played 1 Typhon, 1 Gauntlet Granite. This was just in case I needed to search out Lord Heavenly Prison. I wanted to go that route. I summed it. I activated this 1 time against a Vanquish Soul player to set up a card that's in my side deck, and I'll show it to you in a second. Then you have 2 rabbits. You gotta play 2. In the pier, you gotta play 2. There was times I Prosperity 1 away, but you gotta play 2. Just in case it gets into a grind game. In the pier. You play 1 Link Spider, 1 SP. You play 1 Celine, because man's a spellcaster. So if they pop your field spell, you can go Celine and go that route. And we are not playing access code, guys. This is another spicy thing we did. This is a Thursday also last change. This came up twice through the weekend. The theory behind this was if you go access code, get rid of 1. You'd only get rid of 1 card, right? If they have a way to access code, then you're hurting at that point. So then what you do is you go into Soldier with Anubis. Anubis makes this you can't destroy by card effects. So Mitsurugi still ain't doing nothing. Detonator isn't doing anything. So then what you do is you attack over something small. This has 3 effects. You can gain 1500 attack. When this card battles, also, or when it destroys a monster by battle, it can gain 1500. It's permanent. Once you do that, now no Mitsu card can get out this. No Detonator can get out this. No, they have to almost go twins, but you're gonna stop twins because of your trap cards. Another thing you do is you can also banish, non-target banish a card every turn versus the one off access code that pops it. So this actually banishes it. And then it has another one. This card can make a second attack. I never did that. I just used the I personally only had to use the gain attack. But the banish will come up in testing in theory. Would not change anything. I'm gonna run this back in a couple weeks, guys. I'm thinking if the ban list doesn't happen. So side deck, okay, side deck. So, 3 Lancia, 3 Chaos Hunter. This was an addition too on Thursday night. We chose to run this because the Malice no longer go on the bomber line, which leaves Hunter wide open. They're also not playing Cerberus. A lot of them aren't playing Cerberus. So, but yeah, so like, but yeah, unfortunately, Malice hate because it's one of the best decks. Why not? I'm trying to win nationals, man. But yeah. Another thing that helps out too is gets trap card in the grave. But if you're running this card, I made this mistake in the original. Do not do it. When you send a card off and you have Songs of the Dominator or anything like that, send a trap card, not a monster, guys. Please don't do it. It's not good. Leave your traps alive. Your hand traps. And then I played Back Row Hate. Yeah, self-explanatory. And then we played One Thrust. Then we had some thrust targets. We had Salesman, crazy card. This was crazy all weekend. Dark Ruler No More. Dimensional Barrier. Alright, so this is where it gets spicy. I played Altar for Tribute, guys. This was for a time it never came up. It definitely could have. I could have put it in against a Vanquish Soul player. I felt like was a little slow playing me, but we still came out with the W, guys. You know how that is. So this basically the theory behind this is a tribute a monster you have, and you gain that much. You gain the original attack of that monster's. The original attack you gain that much life points. Yeah. So what you do is you search out Lord Heavenly Prison. You set this on their draw phase. You go, if they go time in the round, you have Temple of the Kings on board. Use Altar, send Lord. You gain 3,000 life points. Yes, Yes, so I mean, it's just a lot of times this was a time card. It never come up with it still be in the graveyard. But yeah, you can put it back. You can put any trap back in your deck off of Anubis. Also, we also played the Eye of Truth. I did do this to a Vanquish Soul player, guys. We did do this. This card was crazy. So the theory behind this, they did. Theory behind this was I can search out Lord and do all that. They do not play Droll and Lockbird. So Vanquisher does not play Joel and Lockberry because Holy Suit has to go off. So like, therefore, the only thing you have to play is Ash. So what I did is I opened up Salesman. In my opening hand, I called Ash Blossom. At that time, I go, man effect, this and that. They went Holy Suit to search Raisin effect to do what they had to do. I still finished off the setting this, and on their draw phase, I set this right because I went Lord Heavenly Prison, did all that, and then went Eye of Truth on their draw phase. They definitely were not happy. So what it is Vanquish Soul cannot. They have to play with their hands revealed. You do not, so they do. But the ruling is you cannot reveal what's already revealed. So they can't even attempt to activate any of their stuff. Would I change any of this? I don't know yet. It was pretty good. I might just run it back. I got a regional in 2 weeks. That I'll be in Madison, Wisconsin. But I think overall the deck performed really good. I definitely would not change the main deck at all. The main deck was very solid. But yeah, that's my pure Odion deck. It's pretty solid. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. This is going on the YouTube channel. But yeah, shout out to YouTube. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. See you guys at the next event. Leave as many comments as possible, guys. Let's run the views up. Share that stuff, guys. Peace out. Thank you, guys.